Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. This is Snapshot 23W41A for Minecraft 1.20.3. And this may just be one to remember, as the decorated pot has been beefed up like never before. These changes could make a huge deal to Redstone, and to just having fun with decorated pots in general. They can now store items, they can now do a whole bunch more. We're going to learn about them in this snapshot, but first we're going to power through all the other changes. If you caught my snapshot video from last week, then you'll know what to expect. Snapshots are coming to Minecraft Realms. This isn't just for Java players. If you're on Bedrock and use the beta or the preview, snapshots are coming to Realms there too. In fact, today's beta and preview update includes the functionality for Realms. And it would appear that these realms are going to support snapshots, pre-releases, and release candidates too. You will also be able to use the experimental features. If you need your memory jogging, it's this tab right here where you can enable bundles and the villager trade rebalancing. So when you go into the Minecraft Worlds menu, you are going to be greeted with this message letting you know that the snapshots are now available in realms, and if you have a realm subscription, you get a free snapshot realm alongside it. In the menu, you will see this free snapshot realm option along with this message when you hover over it. And when you go to create a realm, you'll get this reminder that it's free as long as you have a paid subscription. So you'll keep your original realm and you'll get this snapshot realm too. Next, I'd like to breeze through some of the technical changes. We are now on Datapack version 20. There are changes to the function rule, as well as adjustments to other game rules, and a new one called max command fort count, and then some reintroduced functions that were removed in a previous pre-release of the game. There is a lot of this stuff. It's very technical, very programming-like. If you need to know about this stuff, the article will be linked down below. The one thing the average player might like to know is that there's been some changes to how non-living entities display their name. So this is a renamed entity, and this is one with custom name visible set, meaning that its name tag will always be displayed. The change is that these can now be applied to non-living entities, so this boat, this armor stand can have a permanent name tag. And for the bug fixes, it turns out that you could have PvP disabled and shoot another player through a nether portal, and this is because player-owned objects would lose their ownership when going through a portal. And there were a fair few bug fixes, but most of these were related to technical issues like commands and such. There was, however, one fix related to the shield changes that we covered in the previous snapshot. It was now possible to look like this. You could put your head through the shield when you're in a boat. Yep, and now I can confirm there is no shield slicing my head. Oh no, maybe there's a little bit of it. Yeah, there's definitely still a bit of shield face splicing going on. But that was everything else, and we're here to check out the decorated pots. But just before we do, I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date with all of the Minecraft changes, because it's what I do here on the channel. So, decorated pots, what's the big deal? What's the change? They can now stack to 64. That is one of the more minor changes. The big change is that these can now store items inside of them. And the items were not those bricks. Yeah, you're able to store up to a stack of items inside. If I just start right clicking, you see we get this really cool little particle effect. The decorated pot itself like wobbles on the block, which I think looks so cool. And if I hold down click, there's this rate at which you can put the items in. And I think you can even click even faster. Yes, I'm spam clicking. Look at that. Okay, and when this thing is full, like you saw a second ago, it'll start to wobble in the other direction, which is so cool. Now this one has 64 gold ingots in, so if I've got an empty hand or I've got an ingot, it won't let it in. And this works for the equivalent, right? So if I put in something that stacks to 16 or a book, you'll see that one goes in and then you can't put anything else inside. And if it's not obvious, we're talking about one item type at a time. So I can put in a few honey bottles, right? There's room for more, but no other item can go inside. Am I imagining things? I think the popping sound is getting slightly higher. Oh yeah, it definitely goes up. That is a really cool little observation. And another observation that should be really obvious, there is no GUI for this storage container, which is a first, I think. Yeah, a way to store items without a GUI. Maybe a bundle in an item frame, you could say, is sort of like having storage without a GUI. Anyway, there is indeed a way to break these, which is a sword. That is not news to us. When we break these, we get our bricks back, but also the items that were inside it. You can now break these with projectiles. Look at this. From a distance, you can shoot the pot and break it up into its parts. If it doesn't drop bricks, of course, it's going to drop the sherds. And now your mind is probably racing with possibilities, right? Just want to make it really clear. This is the only way that the player... Oh, we just broke 2 with 1 shot. This is the only way that the player can get the items out of the container. It's simply just by breaking it. But it does interact with redstone, and we'll get to that in a second. Because these pots work with the calibrated Sculk Sensor. Oh, I turned it to the wrong page. Page 11. Signal strength 11. Aha, look at that. We interacted with the pot, and that's for if we're putting an item in or we're just right-clicking on it. And then let's see about breaking it. Oh no, not for breaking. Interesting. And of course, the Sculk Sensor is part of the redstone family, but now let's take a look at the rest of the redstone components. Can you figure out what this is? It will be a helpful reference for when you're trying to figure out the signal strength and how many items to put inside of each decorated pot. Because yes, this works with the comparator, so I've used all of this redstone here to help me count, and I've kept track of those numbers. So yeah, for signal strength 3, there's 10 items inside. For signal strength 11, there's 46. Oh, I think bunnies might be bugged out in this snapshot. Yep. Distractions aside, I've done some other testing too. It doesn't really look like pots interact with redstone directly like that. Are they pushable? No, but they don't break, they drop as the item form. And now we've got to put some items inside it. Okay. Oh, the items pop out and you get your decorated pot back. That actually might be really useful. I'm going to guess it's the same thing when you try and pull it. Well, no, because it's not actually moving it, is it? Okay, what about dispensers and droppers? Well, each of these has a stack in them. I've already done the test. Basically, you can put an item in. You can also do this super fast. Look at that. It's putting them in really quick. And it's about to fill up. Yeah, and then the dropper won't put in anymore. So if I go ahead and power this, you'll see that the item stays inside of the dropper. This is pretty much exactly how you'd expect it to behave. Same thing goes for the dispenser. It doesn't put the item into the container, it simply ejects them out into the world. Now, the placing and breaking of a hopper will update an observer, but putting items inside of it won't. And also when it's filled up all the way, gosh, how many clicks? There you go. When it wiggles this way, it doesn't update it either. Now, as for the hopper, I want to point out that this lines up beautifully. If we go ahead and drop in some redstone dust, you'll see that the items are going into the decorated pot. And there doesn't seem to be a limit to the amount of items going in, so if you wanted to, you could put these on all sides and they would all slowly filter in. Then when the decorated hopper is full, no more items are going to go inside of it. The hopper minecart can also pick these up, but I'm using an activator rail to disable it. So if we quickly open it, you can see it will suck those items out super quick. And now it's throttled by the transfer speed of the hopper above. So I guess there might be some sort of use case here where you can increase the flow of items by using multiple hoppers. So what about use cases? Do you remember these downwards hopper pipes that you might have built in your base? Well, I guess you could do that with decorated pots now. But I think one of the more interesting use cases will be something like this. I've got my passcode paper right here. I walk up to the pot, put it in, it creates a redstone signal, and of course you can hook this up to a secret entrance. That is my lazy secret entrance. Look, you can activate pistons with this. And then if you want to get really fancy, you could use it in a puzzle game, some sort of clues here on the side of the pot as to what you need to put inside of it. Oh yes, the possibilities are endless. I really do think this is one of the most fantastic additions we've had to Redstone in quite some time. And the way that the player interacts with it and the fact that there's no GUI, I'm sure there's going to be some amazing uses for this. I am hyped for this one. I hope you are as well. Let me know your contraption ideas down there in the comments. I really want to get stuck in with this and do some redstone, so all ideas are welcome. Thank you for watching the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon with another. Bye bye.